Urinary tract infections are extremely common. Around 1 in 2 women and 1 in 20 men will get a UTI in their lifetime. Plus, once you've had one UT challenge, you're way more susceptible to another in the future. That's why you just need Just Thrive's UT123. This product can actually prevent UTIs while maintaining your urinary tract health. UT123 targets both immediate and long-term relief. We've all heard to drink cranberry juice for your urinary tract, but did you know that for the full effects, you need the whole cranberry? Not just juice, but the skin, flesh, and even the seeds. Well, UT123 uses superior ingredients that utilizes the whole fruit. This supplement truly is the full package. So if you're someone who struggles with the constant urge to urinate, a burning feeling when you pee, pelvic pain, or just want to be proactive in your urinary health, Just Thrive is for you. Just Thrive is so confident you'll love their product that there is a 100% money-back guarantee on every purchase made through justthrivehealth.com. And for a limited time, you can save 20% off site-wide at justthrivehealth.com with promo code SEXWithEmily. That's justthrivehealth.com and use code SEXWithEmily for 20% off your order. You're going to love it. Listen, alcohol is just out in 2024. There is a rising trend of going alcohol-free or being sober curious, and alcohol, the truth is, it's just bad for you and can famously impair your sex life. So if you're looking for another way to unwind, relax, or just have fun, I cannot recommend Via's THC gummies enough. Via has gummies for every occasion. Whether it's to improve your sleep, I love their sleep gummies. I take them everywhere. Your mood or your focus. They even have an aphrodisiac gummy called High Love to boost my arousal levels. High Love has a unique blend of cannabinoids and aphrodisiac exotic herbs that are known for their libido enhancing effects. So I've been using Via for a while now, and I absolutely love them. They're a super trusted company. They use premium hemp, natural ingredients, and they're known for their premium indoor THCA flower. All their products are made here in the US. They got quick and discreet shipping to all 50 states, so you can all enjoy them, not to worry. And also super affordable. So head over to viahemp.com and use code Emily at checkout to save 15% off your order. That's VIIAHEMP.com. Use code Emily at checkout for 15% off your order and let me know what you think.
Have you guys heard my news? I have a new sex gig. I'm not a porn star. It's better. I just launched my new premium skincare brand called Emily and Tony. These products are tried and true to help spice up your sex life, which is what I'm all about. I'm talking about massage oil candles that are 1 part candle, 1 part body oil, and check out these flavors. They come in delicious scents like creme de vanilla, cocoa, and fougere. And they're hydrating, and they leave your skin feeling super luxurious. We even have a product for the guys called Down Under Comfort that helps keep their balls smelling fresh and clean and dry all day, which is exactly what you want, right? So guys, if you take care of your balls, your partner will take care of you. So help us keep this podcast free. Use code Emily to get 20% off your first purchase at emilyandtony.com. Trust me, you'll love them, and you're welcome.
Look into his eyes. They're the eyes of a man obsessed by sex. Eyes that mock our sacred institutions. Bedroom eyes, they call them in a bygone day.
Hey, Emily, you got a boyfriend? Because my man E here, he just got his heart broken. He thinks you're kind of cute.
A girl's got to have her standards. Oh, my.
Do women know about shrinkage?
Isn't it common knowledge?
What do you mean, like laundry? It shrinks?
Can we not talk about sex so much?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God, it feels so good.
Being bad feels pretty good. But you know, Emily's not the kind of girl you just play with.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information about Sex with Emily, go to sexwithemily.com where you can listen to our podcast, sign up for our mailing list, buy sex toys, and do all that fun stuff. Also, please subscribe to our RSS feed so you'll never miss another Sex with Emily show. As you know, we're doing more shows now. We're doing 3 to 4 shows a week. This is what we call a quickie episode. And I'm so excited to have my guest here, Sara Miller. Hi, Sara.
Hi.
Hi. That was a very sexy hello. Sara, I met in sex school. And as you know, I'm in grad school right now for sex. And Sara is one of my buddies from class. She is a dominatrix. She is into a lot of kinky stuff. And she's going to talk to us about it right now. And at first, I want to start with, first we have a word from our advertiser.
Yeah.
Adam and Eve. Okay, so as you know, I could never, ever have enough sex toys. So whenever there's a huge discount, I totally jump at the chance to get that toy. So any toy you even wanting to get, Hitachi magic wand, even a pocket rocket, whatever. Sarah, what's your favorite sex toy?
The rock chick, actually. I don't know if
I don't know it, but it doesn't matter. They're offering 50% off most items to all you loyal Sex with Emily listeners, and they'll even throw in 3 adult DVDs plus a free gift plus free shipping. So just go to adamandeve.com, enter coupon code Emily at checkout. It's so easy. So just take advantage of this deal and finally buy that sex toy already, please. Okay, Sarah, what up? I love Sarah. Okay, so Sarah, tell me about. How do you identify sexually?
Sexually, all encompassing. I'm a queer feminist pervert.
Okay,
that's how I identify.
Got it. So you're with men, women.
I'm with
everyone.
Mm-hmm, everyone.
Okay,
pretty much. Hopefully.
So let's go back in time. What was your first sexual memory experience? The first time you remember getting turned on.
First time I remember getting turned on, or just having a sexual feeling. Yeah, when I was really, really little. Either like watching TV. I don't know. I remember masturbating probably when I was like either 5th grade or younger. I don't know how old that is. How old was that? Like,
Yeah, like 10 or 9.
Or something. No,
and then you masturbated and did you have an orgasm?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You did, just by touching yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch. So, and then you, so clitorally or did you?
Oh, yeah. Well, see, I could, back, when you were a kid, like you could touch yourself outside of your underwear and have an orgasm. Yeah. It was incredible.
Yeah. I heard about that. That didn't happen to me, so you remember that. And then when did you have sex, intercourse, PV sex, whatever?
PV sex?
Yeah.
What if it was just a tip?
A tip of a penis?
You know how you used to like be like, oh, here's the tip. Ouch. Oh,
yeah.
No. And then you don't. So that first time?
Yeah.
I think I was like 15.
You were 15.
Yeah.
And was it a good experience? Just a tip?
Oh, yeah. It was really hot. And yeah, it was really hot.
And it was with a guy.
It was with a guy.
Obviously, because it was a tip.
Yeah. It was tip with the penis. But it was like, it's kind of like, oh, stick it in. Oh, no, not really.
Right. Yeah. Kind of the back and forth. Am I ready to do it?
Well, it wasn't even, it was just like, it kind of hurt. And so that's when you knew you went a little bit far. You were like, I don't know, whatever.
Right. Okay. So and then what about, so when did you first experiment with women?
I think I've always been a little bit playful with women. Though I did miss out I told you, I missed out on the hot little sexcapades of little girls. Probably my first kiss with a chick was probably when I was 15 too, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did you progress? So that was awesome.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I was like bragging about it. Like I was like, guys, look at what we're doing. We're girls and we're kissing. Huh? Like, yeah.
And how did your family feel about it? Do they know?
Oh, they don't care. I don't think they really care about anything. Yeah,
really? They're just kind of they just accept you for...
No. There's a difference between accepting and just not giving a shit about it.
Right, exactly. Because your life is, you're really... So where do you live?
Denver.
You live in Denver. And so for a living, you've been a pro-dominatrix. Mm-hmm. And what else do you do? You do education?
I do victim advocacy. I do gynecologic teaching. So I teach medical students how to do pelvic and breast exams.
And they do them on you?
Just kidding. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I get hundreds of exams a year.
You must be really healthy. You must have a really healthy pelvic area.
I mean, I've been checking. Here's part of the reason I've been doing so many self-exams. We were just talking about looking at our own pussies or whatever. Because I had a partner who has genital warts. So I've been looking like every day just to because I'm kind of a little freaked out.
Did you just find out that she or he?
He.
You just found out that he had him? He didn't tell you or?
No, actually she. Sorry, she.
Oh, you forget.
Oh, God. Oh, I need to get spanked for messing with the pronoun. No, it's pronoun. Gender. So male-bodied, female-identified.
Okay.
But not trans. It's, anyway. Yeah, so no, I knew. But.
So you've been checking?
Yeah, I've been checking.
Thank God. So let's talk about sex with women. Okay, let's talk about you. So what do you think, what have you learned about women's bodies? Like, what's it like? What's like a tip that you can give? For example, performing oral sex. Is there any like special things that you could teach someone if they want to know about how? I always feel like men could learn a lot from women.
Oh, for sure.
Going down on other women. Like, what are some tips that you...
You know what, though? Here's the thing is I can tell you a lot of stuff based on the things that I've gotten done to me, but sometimes when you get like a pussy in your face, it's like you get stage fright. Sometimes. You
get stage fright, yeah.
I don't use... Okay, crap. I'm digging a hole now, but there's been times where I've been like, shit. Oh,
I think that a lot of men feel that.
Well, and because women are so drastically different from each other. So I have, there's women who love to get like their clitoris sucked or like flicked or, hit or whatever. So I think, I personally love if somebody's doing oral sex.
Yeah. What do you like?
Getting fingered at the same time.
So
love it.
Finger and licking at the same time.
Yeah. And don't just, I don't know, don't just kind of like lick, like don't just kind of lick with your tongue, like get all up in there, stick your face in there, nose, everything, just rub it all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Like you love it.
Okay. Lick. So
okay.
finger. So finger's good. So you could have like do you orgasm? How do you orgasm? Clitorally or G-spot or both?
Yeah, both. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're different for me. So I can come a lot with with G-spot stimulation. I can ejaculate, which is a different sensation than coming, which is a different sensation than like clitoral orgasms. So a clitoral orgasm, I can be spent. Like I can be satisfied. But I can come multiple times from G-spot stimulation, but I'm not fully satisfied yet.
Right. Okay.
Sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I can have multiple clitoral orgasms in a row. But if I can also have just one and be like, cool.
Right. Okay. Got it. So what about the female ejaculation? That comes up a lot on the show. So you taught yourself how to do it, or you think that you learned more through our class?
Well, no. I've known a lot about female ejaculation, how to practicing and you always kind of you always try for it, and it's always like, oh, it's just not happening. So we did our class and we got naked and we talk
about this in the next show that you'll hear. We're going to get into class more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, but we got rid of our body image issues. So anything, if I felt like I was fat or ugly, whatever, I got over it. And when I went home, I actually also had a couple new partners. So that might have been it as well. And some experienced partners. But having that total, freedom and none of those inhibitions, I wasn't scared about how I looked or whatever. And I just let go. And I was with a partner who was very talented. And I just ejaculated like buckets. It was great.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And now I can do it. I've had 2 different partners who have made me ejaculate on command. It's the weirdest.
What do you mean on command?
Shit. Like 3, 2, 1 now. And I will. Like with stimulation. Like they'll be stimulating me and they're like, okay, and you're going to do it right now.
Wow.
Like you can feel it when it's starting to build up. But I mean, the actual release.
And it's a lot that comes out, right? It's like wets the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it does exist. Yeah, I know. No,
it can be a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've had that experience. I mean, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. So what about, so personally for you, what would you say is like the thing that turned you on the most? If you had anything, if you had to be like, God, that was, or like if you think back to your most like hottest sex experience, I'm sure you've had many. What do you think?
There's a few, I guess. There's a lot of things. I love.
Yeah, a lot is good.
I love group sex.
Group sex. How many people in a group?
The more the merrier. The more the merrier. We've been having orgies at my house every Friday.
Really?
So yeah, about anywhere from 3 to 6, 7 people.
And then how does that exactly break down? How does that work? I've never had an orgy with 6 or 7 people.
Oh, wow. Well, so yeah, I mean, it can be, usually we start out with like, group massage and things like that. So we'll all maybe massage one person and then it just kind of gets freakier and freakier from there. So, for instance, like, we had a new woman actually come this last time or whatever that we did it, and so a guy was eating her out while I was fingering her, and somebody was fingering me at the same time, and then other people were just kind of like rubbing up on us or doing whatever. And then when that kind of broke up, then 2 girls got on one guy or whatever on the couch, and then I was fucking somebody else while they were like, so it's kind of.
And you're with men and women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's all the same. It feels good.
Oh, it's totally fluid. It's crazy. It's absolutely fluid. It's all just about the enjoyment and pleasure. Doesn't matter who's doing it.
That's amazing that you can do that. A lot of people are not able to do that. So they're men, they're gay men there too. They're
actually, yeah. I have a friend, the queen to my king, to me being the king, he is gay, and I was actually kind of his most cisgender experience, like his closest female-identified, female-bodied experience, sexual experience.
What happened? What did he do to you?
Well, I actually was fucking his knee while he was getting butt fucked on top of me.
Wow,
that was amazing. And I've sucked his dick, and stuff like that. So
okay,
yeah.
And then did he orgasm?
No, not yet.
Okay,
not all over
got
my
it.
face.
That's fun. You have a crazy life there in Denver. So let's talk about. Okay, we talked about this a little bit, but you're pro-dom, and you get like I picture you like in the vinyl and doing things, and it's men. Is it the kind? Oh no, this is what I want to talk about because we talked about this actually
a little later, but on your personal life, your personal like relationships that you're in, are you always in the power play? Are you doing that?
No. And that's the thing. I think personally, like there's definitely times where I just crave, like, just give me, like, let's just fuck, like regular good old sex. And I think other people are actually put off more by me being so kinky that they feel like they have to step it up and make it kinkier or something.
Right.
But then sometimes if I want to be kinky, they don't know how to be. It's kind of annoying to find the balance of things.
Right.
Sometimes I'm like,
well, there's probably a lot of expectations, like looking at you, knowing you, being like, oh, she's expecting this. And so they just want to be more organic and fluid.
Yeah. Or they're expecting me to dominate them when I'm like, no, just, okay, I'm going to dominate you. Like, sit there and I don't know, like there's a lot of expectation and I don't know. But there is a lot of good stuff and like, I don't know. I think most of my sexual experiences, I probably have face slapping and spitting and spanking.
Are you doing the spitting and the face slapping?
It's mutual. Yeah.
Mutual. Mm-hmm. And it turns you on. So explain that to me. So explain to me, like, if someone slaps you, where it turns you on?
Spanking, I think, is probably the thing that turns me on the most. Yeah. Sometimes like getting your tits hit. Sometimes. I really like to wrestle. So of course, like the number one fantasy for women is rape fantasies, right?
Fantasy.
So I do really like the power play. I love wrestling. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. That's hot with women and men.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever.
Yeah, whoever. Well, with men mostly. With women, it's weird. I feel like I just have more respect for women. No, not respect. But I care more like about not hurting women in general. Right. It's kind of weird. That's not true, actually. I do, but I've definitely gotten
when we break it down, you've done it all.
With chicks.
Right, exactly.
It just depends on the chick. Sometimes they like dominate me.
Okay, yeah. So Sarah and I are in this class together, which we talk about in the next show, which you'll listen to, but we talk about our class and all the stuff that we've had to do. So everyone in class, like, I mean, everyone comes and brings their different perspective, but is everyone like sleeping together too that I didn't know about or no?
No.
I feel like I'm surprised there's not like a class orgy or anything.
Well,
there has been, and I missed it.
Not like an entire class orgy, but we've definitely done sexual play and stuff like that with each other in different ways. They're not as much as I would expect. Most of the chicks in our class, unfortunately, are monogamous relationships or they're hetero. So I've had a lot of chicks who are kind of like, "Ooh, Sarah, maybe not, maybe," and they're like clit teasing me, and it's kind of.
They clit tease you. I like that.
You guys, stop it.
Stop clit teasing Sarah.
Or just put out.
Okay, so what would be if you had to tell men, like, what would you think of the men that you've been with? Are there any things that repeatedly happen that you're like, I wish that guys wouldn't do blank? Like, what do you think they need to know? If you could send a message to all men in the world.
All men in the world. Communicate. Just communicate. Just ask what you need to ask, tell what you need to tell, and communicate.
Sexually.
Sexually. If you wanna stick something in my ass, just ask. Just ask.
Don't do it. Just ask.
Just
first.
ask. Yeah. And that's the thing is, it's never okay. That would be, I think, number one. Communication. I mean, tell me what you want. Scream when you're coming.
I would say communication is lubrication.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's perfect. That and put a condom on. Just put a condom on.
Put a condom on.
It's not that freaking hard.
Right.
That's the sexiest thing. It's so sexy to me when it's like, I'm going to put this condom on, and you can,
right.
Hot.
You have to use condoms.
Yes.
It amazes me. There was a study that came out last week that said like Americans don't use condoms.
It's disgusting. And it's the biggest turn up. I had a guy recently who emailed me and he was like, condoms suck. And, my response was just like, no. They don't.
Right.
They
I hate when guys are like, condoms are bad. They hurt.
I can't feel anything.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. That's a good one. Anything else for men? So what about men and what about, okay, we talked about oral sex. Is there anything, what about when you're with a woman? Is there anything like a woman can do that really turns you on or that your biggest turn off or on?
I think assertiveness, like assertiveness and being kind of like, not necessarily aggressive, but sex is like running a marathon. It should be like, you should be tired afterwards. Like you should be able to have sex for a couple of hours and just have some endurance.
Every time?
Put some work into it.
Who's got time? I'm so busy.
Girl, okay, you don't even look at your pussy. That's how busy. You need to, come on. I mean, but
I look at it sometimes. That was one of our homework assignments. We had to look at our vaginas, take a picture of it, or like draw it and stuff. Which is interesting for sex school. Okay. So, and you're also, we got into this more, dominatrix. So you do that and you do the dom and I want to see you dressed up in your garb.
Sure.
Do you have it with you?
I have a corset with me, but I don't have I have stuff online. I can show you some pictures online and stuff.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyone can check. Where can they find you? What's your website? Or what's your best place? I know you don't have a website yet, but
for that kind of stuff, I'd say Lady Bandita on FetLife.
FetLife, and we'll have a picture of you on the site.
Oh,
as well. We
great.
will. We're going to take a picture here.
Nice.
Okay, everyone. Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for joining me and sharing your sexual exploits. And thanks everyone for listening to Sex with Emily. Was it good for you? Email me feedback@sexwithemily.com.
Screaming or cockering, it'll bring you lots of pleasure if you like that kind of thing and stuff. Put it at the base of your penis and do your lady or your man if you're into that. They my favorites for ladies and pleasure kits for couples. Are you part of a couple? I'm sure not. But if I was, I'd be pleasing my lady or my man with the product from the screamingno.com.
You're listening to Sex with Emily. We're talking about sex, relationships, and everything in between. For more information about Sex with Emily, go to sexwithemily.com where you can listen to our podcast, sign up for our mailing list, and please sign up for our RSS feed so you'll never miss a Sex with Emily show again. As you know, we're doing more shows every week, and this is one of our quickie episodes where we're just reading the emails that you sent to feedback@sexwithemily.com. Some of the topics include comparing girlfriends, ex-girlfriends, and current girlfriends, how to find a sexual match online, hand jobs, and what happened to the drinking show.
Oh my God,
man, we got to get into that.
Up.
I'm here with Menace. We got to talk about that because I got a really funny email about our drinking show.
Oh my God.
We were supposed to drink at show 169.
Yeah.
And we had an error. We'll get into it, but we still have to do it.
It was a schedule.
It was a scheduling thing. We couldn't drink in the building. Anyways, long story.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks everyone for listening to the show. You can find me. I have Sex with Emily is my Facebook fan page, which I'd love to have you join, and Twitter's Emily Morse. And Menace?
I am whitemenace.com. You can find everything right there.
Everything right there. Okay, good. And also, shout out to our advertiser, our sponsor, TuneUp Media. TuneUp Media is awesome. It is the best software that you can buy for your iTunes. If your iTunes is messed up like mine, or it was before I used TuneUp Media, it basically goes in and it cleans up your iTunes. So all those track 001s and 002s and all that missing album art, all that stuff that you have, it goes in and it intelligently identifies and fills in all the missing information using acoustic fingerprinting, the same technology that powers Shazam for the iPhone. So my iTunes, which was a disaster at all these songs, it's like beautiful now. It's like, it's neat and it works, and I did it myself. And so you will, seriously, TuneUp is the #1 selling plugin for iTunes. And it's amazing. And Sex with Emily listeners, if you use promo code Sex with Emily at checkout, you get 20% off TuneUp Gold. The offer is good through November 30th. Visit ilovetuneup.com. You will love it. It is the most amazing thing ever.
That's awesome, because you know why? My iTunes was so messed up, like so disorganized. I ended up just clearing it all out and putting it into a folder.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to see it
I know.
anymore.
That's how I felt too.
Yeah.
And then my friend showed me how to do it, and then I did it, and I sat there and it just, boom. I couldn't believe it that it found, those songs that you have that you don't know who the artist is because someone gave it to you, and then it cleans it up. So it's really cool. Okay. So, and if you're interested in advertising on the show, email me feedback@sexwithemily.com. So I already said we're going to be reading some of your emails, and I just love everyone. Thanks for listening to the show. It's awesome. We love our listeners.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Hey, Emily, I'm a guy from New Zealand who really enjoys listening to your podcast. I download them from iTunes and listen to them when I'm out about in my car. Doing my work. I've been meaning to email you for some time now to say how much I enjoy your open attitude to discussing everything about sex and sexual relationships. It's so refreshing. When I Googled your name, I got such a lovely treat to see what a beautiful woman you are. You sound really cool to listen to, but seeing your picture gives me a real sense of who you are, and you really look to be a beautiful person that radiates from within. Oh, it's obvious in your beautiful smile. I have nothing else to say in this email, just to say hi and thanks for your great podcast. Kind regards, Grant. Grant, that's sweet. Thank you very much. He thinks I'm a beautiful person. I'm a beautiful spirit inside and out, which is true. Mostly inside.
What kind of photos do we find when we Google you?
I don't know. They're all like my Facebook photos or my website photos. And
really?
Yeah.
None of the lingerie photos? When are you going to release those?
Do you think I should?
I don't know.
If you buy my iPhone app, 101 Sex Tips from Sex with Emily, and you go to the information section, there are some sexy photos of me.
Really?
So if you have an iPhone and you buy 101 Sex Tips from Sex with Emily, which I have not talked about in a while.
You haven't?
No, but we're still selling a lot of them. People are buying them. Please support the show. Buy my podcast. Buy my iTunes app and see some sexy photos of me. Yeah. And I should release those at some point, which I will. It's on the list of things to do. Yeah?
Yeah, you should.
They're cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay.
With the next app, you should put them
on. With the next app, I will. Hey, Emily, I can't believe I'm actually writing to a random podcast, but you seem to know what you're talking about, and you're hot. Win-win. So here's my question. Can a long-distance relationship between me and you work? Just kidding. I'm a 23-year-old dude, and I've been dating a girl from work for 6 months now. She's attractive, funny, quirky, everything I look for in a woman, but there's always a damn but. I don't know if I love her. We lack that sexual attraction connection, a.k.a. lust. My previous girlfriend was the complete opposite. We would fight all the time, 24/7, but we were physically compatible like a lock and key. We just fit together. Amazing kissing and incredible sex. So my questions are the following. Am I just comparing my current girlfriend to the old one, and is that right? What's the difference between lust and love? And I want a real answer. And how do I break up with someone who's perfect for me? I tried and she cried, and now we're back together. Thanks again, J-Dog.
Wow. J-Dog.
Wow, J-Dog. I think we all tend to compare our last relationships to our current relationships. In fact, a therapist once said to me, a family friend, she said, not that I haven't had therapy, but she wasn't my therapist. She said, we tend to heal our past relationships and our current relationship. So a lot of times we tend to date someone who's the opposite of the person we dated last time. Like, let's say you had someone who's like really messy and cheap and bad in bed, but had all these other great things. And then you date someone who's like super neat and like loves sex, but they're not as kind of a person or whatever it is. So we tend to do this kind of flip, like the pendulum swings, and we tend to date the opposite. But I think that's normal that you're comparing it. But if you're not having amazing sex with this person, it sounds like you're not that into her, there's always the good on paper person. And it's really hard breaking up with those people. I've done it throughout my entire life. The guys who are amazing and, oh my God, I should really like him because he's got all these things and he's a good person and he has a good job and he's nice and he loves his mother. If there's a giant wiener, but if there's no sexual chemistry and you're just not feeling it, I don't believe in talking yourself into relationships like I used to do. It's just not the right thing to do. Yeah. I think women do that a lot. So I would say get out of it. There's nothing wrong. How do you do it? I'm sorry that she cried, but it's her responsibility too. And you can't stay with someone out of pity. So you just need to be like, listen, babe, I don't think that it's working, but I wish you well. And then I would just not torture her.
And I'll see you at the office the next day.
I'll see you at the office the next day. That's a bummer because you're fishing off the company pool.
No, I do it all the time.
Menace is sleeping with every woman in the building. P.S. And he doesn't mind coming to work. No, but honey, I know that's hard, J-Dog, because it's hard when you find someone and you're like, oh my God, they'd be so perfect, but it doesn't sound like it's working. It doesn't sound like you're having amazing sex, and it sounds like she's just not the one, and she cried. So no reason you shouldn't stay with a woman because she cried.
No.
When you tried to break up with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should watch this other reality show that I like.
Oh, no.
Which one? It's called, what is it? Rehab. The Rehab.
Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew.
No. It's Rehab at the Hard Rock.
Vegas.
The Vegas Rehab thing. Because if you watch that, okay, let me break it down for people that don't know. Every Sunday, they have a giant party at
Las Vegas Hard Rock Hotel.
Yeah. And all it is people that get super drunk in the heat, and women cry all the time on that show because they're intoxicated. You got to learn from the security guards there, where they have just seen it so many times, they're immune to it, you know?
Wow. Is it the same people every week, or it's a new crowd?
Well, no, it's a new crowd of people, but it's the same workers.
Right.
And so the workers, they deal with people that are intoxicated, and every single woman on there is crying.
What are they crying about?
They're just crying about how they got in a fight with somebody, or this crazy one where this girl, she had an application on her fiance's cell phone with a GPS, and he was supposed to be at the casino, but he was at this party. So she broke into the party and found him and threw the ring at him.
No way.
And she was crying then.
No way. This is all on filmed? Oh, my God.
And then security, they have just become so immune to women crying that it doesn't affect them.
That is
because we know, as guys, it is kryptonite,
When a woman cries,
you got to be strong,
man. You got to be strong. It is true. I'm not a big crier, but I know that a lot of women cry, and it just pulls at men's heartstrings.
Yeah.
I should start crying.
No,
I never cry enough. But I've had guys who cry. But anyway, you're right.
It gets me the first couple times with one person.
Right. If you really like her.
Yeah. If you like her, it will get you. But then I just become immune to it too.
Right. Really? You're like, what's that noise?
Whatever.
Stop your sniffling.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, am I just sniffled?
No.
I think I'm getting sick. Everyone's
Really?
sick right now. Do you
I
notice
got my
that in
flu
San Francisco?
shot. That's
oh,
why.
I didn't do that. No time.
Walgreens.
It's on the
Super
list.
easy.
It's always on the
Just
list.
went in. Took 2 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Episode 173. Loved it. Hi, Emily and Menace. Thank you very much for your great work. You're both amazing. I found you on iTunes over a year ago, and you've been really entertaining me ever since. I cannot wait for the new episodes, which means that I really enjoy the new format of more frequent, shorter shows. I usually listen to your podcast on my iPod while commuting, but I need to be careful, especially episode 173 made me laugh so hard that the other people on the subway had to think I was crazy.
Really?
I loved it. Menace was hilarious.
Was I talking about sugar in the vagina or something?
No, I don't remember what you were talking about. Regards to the topic, where to land the semen.
Oh, okay.
It was the Where to Land the Semen show, 173. I like to orgasm inside her. Orgasming and being still inside her, feeling the touch and the connection brings me the most pleasure. On the other hand, I don't like to ejaculate on her face since it makes me feel like I disrespect the girl. It just doesn't feel right to me.
Oh, God.
In future episodes...
It's not disrespectful.
In future episodes, if she's down with it, it's fine. In future episodes, I appreciate hearing more about dating. What should be the perfect first and next dates? What girls like and dislike? What is your best dating experience, and so on? Once again, thanks for your awesome show, and keep up the good work. Greetings from the Czech Republic, JJ. Hey, JJ, what's up? That's hilarious. I don't remember that. I remember the show talking about where to ejaculate.
Yeah.
173. So everyone should listen to it because apparently it was funny, which I haven't listened to it since, but I'm sure it was very funny. And we do talk about dating, don't we? Have we not I feel like for a while we go in phases and we talk about sex all the time and then dating all the time, but he'd like us to talk about what's the perfect first and next dates. I think the perfect first date, we could do a show on that, talk more about this later, but the perfect first date is not what you think. Like, it's not like a limo with roses and whatever. It's just the guy, if you've asked her out, have a plan. Be thoughtful, get tickets to something or go to dinner or just have a plan. I don't even care if you're going for a walk and having a picnic. But when you pick her up and you're like, I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? Like, if you ask her out, you are in charge of making the plan. And I think that girls like when a guy takes charge. And that's what I suggest for the first date. And then you can kind of get a sense for the dates after that. What's my best dating experience? I don't even know. I have to think about that.
You don't have like one date was the best date ever?
I can't remember. I've had some really
lame dates then.
No, I've had some great dates, like where the chemistry was amazing and we just totally hit it off. But you know what? It's never because of the actual what we did. It's always about the person. It's always like we had an amazing conversation at dinner or we went for a walk, but it's never because we went to see some great play or he took me to a 5-star restaurant. It's just because I had a great connection with the person and he was open and great.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've had a couple. I had one that's really funny. This girl that she took me to her house for the first time, and she's a beautiful girl, and
of course,
but her like family are like a bunch of thugs, right? So she was telling me as she was taking me to her house that, oh yeah, my sister's in jail because her boyfriend went after some people that tried to shoot up her house. And I'm like, the house we're going to got shot up, like people shot at it. She's like, yeah.
Was that a good date?
No, it was an awesome date. We had so much fun. But we go to her house and she's like, yeah, here's the bullet holes. Like, are you serious right now? She's perfectly normal, but it's just her, like, her people in her family.
Right. People are crazy. But that says a lot about her. Did you go out with her again?
Yeah, we had an awesome time.
Okay. That's good.
But she ended up...
I got to think, having a boyfriend?
No, she didn't have a boyfriend, but
just
she
wasn't right.
Yeah.
She was Mrs. Right then.
No. She was really cool, but she dated some guy way before me. And
then got back together with him.
And then got back
That's
together
what you always tell guys.
Got married.
Oh, she did get married.
She got married.
Because that's a good excuse. Like, I've been out lately, and there's been some guys who've been like, I never know what to do with this. Guy will walk up to me, I'm going to, a party or a bar or whatever. And he's like, hey, so can I get your number? And I think that's so weird because
even if he's like seems normal and I'm somewhat attracted to him, I'm not just going to give a guy my number the second I meet him. Like, and then you can call me. That just seems like a weird thing. I don't know why I'm bringing this up because this has happened to me a few times lately. And I'm like, I'm not sure that I wouldn't be interested in you, but let's talk for a minute or. Yeah. I don't know. That just seems like a little premature. So I always say I have a boyfriend because I just don't want to deal with it.
Are you serious?
Well, or I'm dating someone or I say I don't know you to give you my number. But sometimes I just say I have a boyfriend, which is so lame. It's a lie. But I do. I mean, sometimes it's just easier. I don't say I have a boyfriend. I say I'm dating someone.
I'm here.
Which I am dating someone.
The most lamest thing ever, which doesn't happen to me because I don't approach women like that, is I hear all the time, or I see it in the clubs where girls will be with their girlfriend and they're like, oh, we're together. Oh, that's so
we're lesbians.
Dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb. But I appreciate, the thing is about the guys who just come up and ask you out. Part of me appreciates that, but sometimes it's the guys who do it too soon. Like they don't even talk to me and they're asking for my phone number. I'm not going to give my phone number to some stranger. Yeah. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Okay, we got one last letter here.
Okay, what you got?
I'm divorced. Emily, I'm divorced after a 6-year relationship with someone that was not a sexual woman at all. I tried many games, books, and toys to stir the mood, but it never got better. Being single again, I've listened to your podcast, and I'm always amazed to hear about female callers and emailers that seem very sexual. Dating through online websites and meeting women in public, I can never seem to find a woman that is very sexual. How do I find someone that loves sex and talking about it? Is there signs or hints that I can look for to be able to find sexual women? I've been looking for someone that can keep up and enjoy sex as much as me. Any advice to find a woman that loves sex as much as I do? Signed, Thomas.
Well, Thomas,
I think that, I don't know. I haven't dated online, but aren't there things that you can say in your profile that don't make you sound like a pervert, but make you sound like you're someone who enjoys sensuality, or I love the kisses that last forever. Is that going to sound? Dennis just looked at me like crazy. What? But I think you have to kind of say I'm into adventure or sexually exploring. It depends what website you use too. Yeah. I think but I think that's true. There's a lot of women that aren't that into sex, or men. So I think you've got to find a way to subtly say something in your profile that you think that sex is important. Why can't you say that? Do you think that women will think you're a pervert and be turned off?
I think you shouldn't put it like that. You should just put sex.
I want sex. What do you like? Sex?
No. Things you like. Sex.
No, because then they think that's all you like.
No. You mix it up in between how you like the Goonies movie.
Right.
And you like...
And then say I like sex.
The new Nintendo
But what kind of dude doesn't like sex? But I think there's also specific websites, I think, that cater to people who are more sexual. I don't know what they are offhand, but there are websites that are dating sites.
Craigslist.
Craigslist, for example, for like one-night stands or whatever.
I read the funniest stuff on Craigslist.
I think that, Thomas, you can be creative and say something like, I'm looking for a woman who's comfortable with her sexuality. That's a good thing to say. Comfortable with her sexuality.
Or...
Yes, and lets me ejaculate on her face.
Yeah, or ejaculate on the face. Or here's what you do.
What?
You type in sex on the search and people in your area and see which chicks pop up.
What do you mean you type in the word sex?
You can search. You can search like interests and then sex.
Oh, like if he's on Match.com or something?
Yeah, or like
wherever
the
people
Facebook,
date. Okay, Cupid or whatever. Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you type in sex on iTunes, you're going to find us, which is awesome.
You're going to find us on iTunes. We're like the first thing that comes up, I think.
That's good, yeah.
I love us. Okay, that's all we got time for now on our little quickie mail show.
Man. Flew by.
Thanks, everyone, for listening to Sex with Emily. Was it good for you? Email me, feedback at sexwithemily.com. Sex toys aren't just for women. Go to sexwithemily.com/fleshlight to discover the best sex toys for men. The Fleshlight. A lot of guys say it feels even better than sex, and it helps build stamina, meaning you'll last longer in bed. Go to sexwithemily.com/fleshlight to see my Fleshlight recommendations and get one tonight.